A lot of people watching this would just think this horse is in a box, mucus pouring from his nose. Clearly that isn't the case.
It isn't, no, and he can't stay in his box. If we're having any pretensions of running the Champion Hurdle, you can't just lock it up and tuck it in bed. So we've got to find the right balance between keeping him moving but not obviously stressing him in any way at all. But as you can see, he's the most relaxed person you'll ever come across. I actually think he looks quite bright.
Yeah, I mean, is there anything about him, you know him better than anyone, when you look at him right now, that you could actually say there's anything wrong at all?
I think he looks very bright in his coat, and I think he's the same as he is every day, Matty, isn't he? He's no different this morning than he would be on a normal morning, because he's just very laid back about life. But at least he's got some brains to tell us that when he's wrong, he feels wrong, which is the first time he's ever had to do that. But he looks alert and bright. I mean, he obviously wasn't feeling well, because the work in itself was so subpar it wasn't true.
So
put his head down.
We're talking just after 11 o'clock on Thursday morning. He gets re-scoped Friday morning, is that correct?
That's the plan. His blood was taken this morning. We'll get that blood test back in the next hour or so. Be interesting to see what it says. I fear it won't have it. Go on, put your head down.
Is there anything a little bit that you'd have almost preferred to have found something a little bit more, considering he almost stopped?
Charlie and I were saying that just now, that, you know, that it's funny that I think it'll be very interesting to see where what comes out tomorrow, and see where the mucus level is and the neutrophil level, because that is where we'll be able to tell whether this is on the up or the down.
What's your gut feeling, Nicky? Because you've been in this situation before. Travado was in this situation. Altior was in this kind of situation. You got them both there to win. I mean,
well, horses obviously get these problems, often like kids in school. You know, to getting a cold or of having a, well, he hasn't coughed at all. I should just keep him moving for a second, Matty. I think. I wish the weather was a bit better. You could turn him out in this. They're just like kids. I mean, they will get. You've got bugs around. Exactly like school. You can't have 100% of your team 100% all the time. It's not possible. And they get these things, and normally we've time to get over it. It's the timing that is wrong. I mean, luckily, if it was any normal horse, okay, he wouldn't be running on Tuesday week. You'd leave him alone for a week, 10 days, and bring him back and aim at something else. There's nothing else to, well, there is something else to aim at, but there's only one Champion Hurdle.
And Nicky, people will say that you might be a cautious trainer, but when it comes to the Champion Hurdle, if he was 90% there, would he run?
No.
Would he have to be 100%?
You have to be 100% for a race like that. I mean, I've had several people say, well, but he's got so much in hand it won't matter. Well, he hasn't got anything in hand. We all know that it's going to be tough. Champion Hurdles are tough, naturally. And they have to put an enormous amount in. I think the reason horses as good as he has, because they can put 110% in, that maybe a lot of horses can't do. So, but you've still got to be 100% before you start. You can't go in there half-cooked. He is, I mean, work-wise, we've done all we need to do. He's done all his galloping. I mean, I'd like to, and we've got now to do another piece of work in the middle of next week to see where he is. And
provided those tests come back.
If everything's testing good, then he'll have to come for a bit of work. Keep moving, Matty, if you can, please. Go on, boy.
Matty, just with a thumbs up, does he give you the feel that he would always give you at this minute, or does he? Yeah, enough said. Well, he's got the thumbs up from Matty, Nicky. No excuse not to run.
Yeah, Matt. There's a difference between Matt and Matty here.
Big one, unfortunately.
No, I mean, this is all going to, at the end of the day, he'll have to do a piece of work next week, and it's going to have to be at his best.
Yeah. Well, I'd just like to say from everyone on Sky Sports and who's watching this, thank you for letting us see him. You don't have to do this. He could all be behind closed doors. You've been as open as you could possibly be, so thank you. The latest news, clearly Constitution Hill is on the way back, but tests will reveal more.